Deep within this evolving ecosystem, one concept begins to dominate everything else: risk perception, not actual violation, but perceived risk. And this is where the system becomes incredibly nuanced because content is no longer judged only by what it is, but by what it could potentially lead to, how it might be interpreted, and how it aligns with broader platform goals. And this creates a scenario where even neutral or informative content can be quietly deprioritized if it carries a tone, framing, or pattern that the system associates with past problematic trends. This is why certain niches begin to feel unstable, where creators notice fluctuations that don't make immediate sense, and the truth behind it lies in historical data because YouTube in 2026 learns from past waves of content what caused misinformation, what triggered harmful trends, what led to negative audience experiences, and it uses that knowledge to shape current decisions, meaning that your content is not judged in isolation. It is compared against an entire history of similar content across the platform. And then comes the role of language itself, something that once felt like a simple tool of expression but has now become a critical factor in compliance, where specific words, phrases, or emotional intensities can influence how a video is classified. And this doesn't mean creators are restricted from discussing complex or sensitive topics, but it does mean they must approach them with a level of awareness that goes beyond creativity, understanding how framing, tone, and intent are perceived not just by humans but by systems trained to detect patterns at scale. There comes a point where every creator, no matter how experienced, faces a moment of confusion. A video that should have performed doesn't, a completely safe topic suddenly gets limited reach, or a perfectly edited upload receives that subtle but devastating signal of reduced visibility. And in that moment, the realization hits hard that in 2026, success on YouTube is no longer linear. It's layered, complex, and deeply tied to factors that are not always visible on the surface. And this is where the real psychological battle begins because creators are no longer just fighting for views, they are trying to decode a system that constantly evolves without announcing its every move.